Happy Monday to all of you. It's going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video going over the kickoff of the week here. And it's just becoming a meme at this point. For like the third fusion of my Raid career, I have messed up and made a ridiculous mistake that I'm not proud of. But here's what happened. I uploaded the video showing my summons for this summon rush event right here. This one where we had 20, where's my pen? This one where we had the 25 points up for grabs over the weekend for the summon rush. I did the hard part. I pulled like 5 sacreds, voids, ancients. I did the hard part, got absolutely nothing for it. I was just doing it for the points. And then I got within like what 50 mystery shards, and I was like, oh, I'll just round out the difference here off camera after the video because the mystery shard part is boring. So I was like, I'll do that later. Well, you already know what happened. I ended up going out, running errands, getting busy, and then I went to do it later, and it was ended. So I did the hard part, spent all the resources, and got none of these 25 points, which means there's 450 total, but I missed out on 25. So that means for me, there's 425 total. Well, now, if I miss out on this 50, that's going to put me at 375, which is GG, game over. So now I have to do this middle of the week summon event that I didn't want to do to at least get 25 out of it. And I completely wasted everything I pulled in the last video because I didn't even round out and get the 25 fragments. So I dunked on myself for like the third fusion that this has happened to me. So what I'm going to have to start doing is if I do an event like this and I'm going to round out the points with mystery shards, I need to just do it while I'm recording, and then when I'm editing the video, I can cut it out if it's boring or whatever. So I can't ever put myself in a situation where I'm going to pull shards later before an event ends because, yeah, I know how that book is going to end. I'm going to forget, and I'm going to screw myself. So yeah, I am joining the club who is forced to pull shards during this skippable summon rush right here. Because even if you skip this, there's going to be 400, but not for me because I am kind of screwed over and having to participate in it now. But Plarium did announce there's going to be at least some events going on during that summon rush. And what those are is tomorrow on Tuesday the 8th, we are getting a 10x for Jag Bonesaw and Leorius the Proud. But also, there's going to be an extra legendary event for Sacred Shards. Now, these are actually for a player like me that's a little bit more towards the end game and past the progression phase of your account. Usually, bonus legendary events are even better than 2x's. If you're not like still in the market for certain epics and all that, if you're just going for like volume of legendaries acquired, the Too Long Didn't Watch reason as to why bonus legendary events are better than 2x is because the Mercy is unaffected by 2x. If the Mercy was also 2x'd, then 2x would be a straight up 2x and it would be better. But because of how the Mercy system works within the math, you're actually better over the course of a long sample size to do bonus legendary events than even 2x's in terms of just raw acquisition of legendaries. And if you're not familiar with Jag Bonesaw, he is a newish kind of orc damage dealer. The A1 can steal some turn meter, and then he has a chance of repeating the skill. The A2 is a multi-hitter where he can transfer all debuffs from his champion onto the target, and then damage increased by each time that effect happens. And then he can also apply a spread and kind of do that on all enemies, and the damage for the second hit can increase more as well. He's got an AoE on a 4-turn cooldown where he can also do a buff strip that is an AoE, and then also get more damage similar to the other ability there in his kit, and then also get a little bit of turn meter fill to make up for the fact that it is a 4-turn cooldown. And then he can also be a little bit self-sufficient in boosting his own accuracy and crit damage while also getting crit rate and crit damage debuffs on the enemy with the highest crit damage. So he's a fun little utility damage dealer that definitely has some potential to do some decent things. I don't know that he's worth kind of YOLOing something crazy like he's some top 10 champion or so, but he could definitely have a role, especially with the AoE buff strip, while he can also kind of spread and do damage and all of that. I could see him having a little bit of utility in the right team for sure. And the other one is Leorius. He's a super popular DPS, especially in the live arena, because he's got ability to kind of keep himself sustained with the unkillable. And then if he does get low on HP, he's going to do a lot more damage, and it's going to keep kind of scaling up, and he's void, so he'll never hit weak and all of that. Plus, he can also do some CC effects like the True Fears and all of that, while also doing debuffs like weaken. So he's really popular as a arena PvP DPS. And you'll end up coming across him a lot in the live arena, so he's definitely a really solid champion. So I guess what I'm going to be doing is probably having to pull some sacred shards until I get a legendary. And well, I mean, we'll have to see what the event looks like in terms of the summon rush because we can't see it yet. It says starts in 14 hours. So probably by the time I do my next video, we can talk about the plan going forward. Hopefully it's not going to be too brutal, but I am in shambles. I mean, I have got 35 sacreds. It has been a while since I was that low. And this is why everybody makes fun of me, but this is why I try to keep a large stockpile of sacreds. Like I didn't buy these. These are from years of saving up. I don't think a single one of these is purchased or given to me or anything like that. I think these are all just years of grinding Ultra and Nightmare and saving diligently and not wanting to spend them. And the reason I do that is for situations like this. This week, I kind of screwed myself over, which is my fault, admittedly, but I kind of screwed myself over. I'm going to be in a position where I have to pull probably 20 something sacreds, and then I'm gonna be down at like what I don't know 15, and then Plarium's gonna come out with a guaranteed event or something for Kymar, and I'm gonna be like, oh geez, here we go. So that ends up being kind of the reason that I manage it the way I do instead of just YOLOing down to 0, and then I end up kind of screwing myself over. But now I at least have a little bit of a cushion for when mistakes like the one that happened this week happens. But then as far as the fragments here for Fire Gun, I'm at 100 right now for fragments, and if we see here on the calendar, the way that's going to look is I got 25 from Dragon Tournament, 25 right here is 50 from the Classic Arena, and then I got 25 from Dungeon Divers, and 25 from Artifact Enhancement. So what I'm going to have to make sure I do today, I missed out on the Summon Rush. What I'm going to have to make sure I do today is get this 25 from Champ Training, and then I'll still be on pace. I'll have 125, and I will have only missed out on the 25 here, so I'll still have 425 up for grabs while staying on pace. And then this is the tournament right here, the Champ Training, that's going to be ending by the end of the day. I'm going to have to like sit down and do this before I start running errands because I'm so close. I only need like 1,000 points. What's going to happen is I'm going to go get busy, I'm going to get distracted, and then I'm going to end up missing out on this too. But I guess at this point it wouldn't really matter because I'm going to end up with 25 fragments extra if I have to get the 50. But the way that Summon Rush could be structured is it could be like 25 and 25. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. So since I'm so close, I'm still going to have to make sure I get this. And you never know if you might miss some fragments otherwise. So I'm definitely going to make sure that I finish the Champion Training Tournament today before I get distracted. And then also you want to make sure you're spending your arena tokens. I did already do that one. And then I was waiting to do the Ice Golem until today because what we had was a Dungeon Divers event that just launched today to double dip a little bit with the Golem, and then I already have the Artifact Enhancement, so should be pretty good to go. I just gotta run the Ice Golem and a double dip Ice Golem plus Dungeon Divers, and then make sure I guess we're YOLO and Sacreds until we get a Legendary in the middle of the week Summon Rush here for the bonus Legendary event. And is there anything noteworthy? Oh, it hasn't. I don't think it's loaded my offers yet. Let me go ahead and just play real quick here and see if it'll load my offers. Well, I went and played for a while. I did like a dungeon run and some arena fights and everything, and it is not loading my offers. I feel like it's supposed to have more than this. Like this feels like it has. Let me go ahead and restart my game. I feel like Plarium has somebody monitoring me and making sure that my offers don't load in until my video is uploaded or something, because this happens all the time. And then as soon as I edit my video and start uploading it and stuff, the offers will show up for me. Like literally no matter what I do. I sit here, I play, I do runs, they won't pop up, and then just eventually they load in. But right now it looks like we got a great deal mix pack. This one's not going to be great. It's going to be under market value. Purchase them of 3. We know the drill there. This one I already did. It was like a 1.3 or so. 1.3 something, so decent for people shading towards the higher tier of spending, but for more diligent spenders, it's not quite approaching good enough in my opinion. So nothing super noteworthy here, but there's probably 1 or 2 that haven't loaded in and will probably load in as soon as I upload this video. So yeah, that is my plans. Got a little bit screwed over by the summon rush that I failed to round out with mystery shards from the last video where I showed kind of my thought process and what I was planning on doing there, but it ended up wasting all of those resources and pretty much got nothing for it. So anyway, hopefully lesson learned. I probably say this every time, lesson learned. I'm never going to do this again, but I'll probably do it again, unfortunately. So I need to remember to go ahead and focus on it like I'm going to do right now with the champion training. I'm going to get it done before I do anything else. We're going to edit this video, upload it, and then I'm going to finish my champ training and make sure I get that done today, and then I should be able to make it up and stay on pace and all of that. So I hope the week is starting off good for you and you're keeping pace with the fusion and your account is going well. If you end up pulling shards during the bonus legendary event, good luck. I hope you get something impactful, and I will have a video of my pulls and show you the thought process and how it goes for me and all of that. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon in the next video. Peace.